Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you live in the world. Welcome to another Monday morning art talk. So today I got some, fun things that I just kind of want to elaborate, discuss before we get started. Just remember, if you're in town next Thursday, the 15th, I always get this wrong, the 17th at Titmouse Animation Studios, come to the drawing party, have fun, draw, drink beer, meet some people. And then I hope to see you guys at DesignerCon because that's where I'll be on the Saturday and Sunday. So what I just kind of wanted to discuss today, I am not going to get political, but I just want to say that I love my friends who support Hillary. I love my friends that support Trump. I love my friends that supported Bernie. I love my friends that supported Gary Johnson. Whoever you felt that you wanted to support because they represented your beliefs, you know what? That's your choice and that's your decision, and you have a right to feel the way you do. But the thing that I would say is what it just comes down to is where we are at in this current state is just, it becomes so much just living and giving. And think about if you had a motto like that. You know what? Regardless of the situation, my role, our job is now, we're supposed to live, and my role is to give and to help and contribute and not put so much separation and fight what is. Because I wanted to share with you just an idea that my dad's 82 years old. Just had his birthday. We always talk about life. I'm always curious just about, hey, when you were this age, what did you feel? Did you ever think this? Because he's an old man. I want to know the journey. I said just the other day. So what do you got to say, old man? Or what have you really learned in life? What lessons have you learned in life at 82 years old? And he said, Stephen, what I realize is that there's two things in life, and that those two things are fate and, in a sense, conscious control. Fate is something that is out of our control. The things that happen to us, the places where we may be, the people, you all of a sudden, a certain thing in your life happens. Like, let's just say the presidency, the person got elected, that's fate. You can't say that's in your control because you did your best. You acted out of conscious control that you were going to vote for who you wanted to vote for. But the fate of the matter is the end result was going to somehow be determined by the balance where that's not your control. You can't control other people. You can't control who's going to vote and who's not going to vote. So therefore, the fate of the idea is that I got to turn off my air conditioner. The fate of the idea is that in a way it's kind of predetermined, but this is what it is. The conscious control of this is how you choose to live up to it, how you choose to embrace it, how you choose to just accept it. Like for me, my own personal choice, my conscious control is because I'm so disappointed in how people are reacting that I'm choosing just not to look at the news anymore. I'm done. I was going to watch everything up to the point of the election. I wanted to see it all the way through. I looked fair on both sides and made my decision who I was going to vote for. I hate seeing how it's tearing friendships apart even on Facebook. It's just getting ridiculous. But I made my decision, and that I was not going to, look beyond this. And now seeing what's going on, I'm making that conscious control not to. And these are just the things in life all around that you have that ability and power. So think about, again, the person that you meet in life where your conscious control could be that you decided to go to that, like what happened, and I'll explain it with my dad. So my dad decided to go to a party. This was back in the 30s before he met my mom in England. Decides to go to a party. He shows up that party with his friend, and he was there, and he made that effort to go there, and didn't want to, was just kind of like getting ready to leave, but caught the eye of my mom down there, and my mom was about to leave at that point. And at that moment, he just said, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but part of it was that conscious control, I'm going to go ask her to marry me. What ended up happening, not marry her, but ask for a dance. And he went, had a dance, and the rest is history. From that point, yeah, that could have gone so many different ways, but the way he looks at it and the way I agree is like, that's almost that fate. Those are the things that happen. The day that you're going to die, is fate. The job that, there's so many things. Again, you need to decide what that is. You know what's happened in your life that seems like, dang, man, that was crazy. That sucked that happened. Otherwise, that was awesome that happened. But then there's that conscious control where you now decide whether you're just going to sit around on the sidelines or you're going to join in the dance. What are you going to partake in? What are you going to do? What are you going to change? What are you going to do to make a difference? How are you going to act in your life to create the results that you want? Many of them are out of control. As we know, we can't control everything because we can't control what other people are going to do, what other people are going to say. I can't control if someone's going to hire me or not. I could put in my best effort to consciously control and create and work towards things, but the outcome is out of my control. And I think when you accept the fact that the outcome of anything that you partake in is out of your control, then it's a good way to think. But I say again, it's just like for now and with this conversation, it's just to live and to give and change things. If you are so adamant about things not going the way that you want, you change it. You try and do your best and make things good and work together and do what we can to unite, and don't put so much blame on this and that and all these other different situations, because it's just it's not good for you. It's not good for your health. All right. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do to make a difference? How can you act? How can you act that someone else will look upon you and look at you as a role model and look at you and go, man, that person took the high road. That person, took the control and didn't do this and didn't go below and do those certain things. I think that's, very important. It's a very important part. Yesterday, I brought up on social media. I don't know why I did. I honestly just was trying to be lighthearted about the situation and look at the positive, because that's how I want to view things and not just go, I wanted to look at it, so I put a little light spin on it, and people went ballistic and a lot of craziness and a lot of almost hate was coming out of what I responded. I thought, wow, man, I cannot believe what is going on here. And so I took it down. I made that conscious choice just to take that post down. But what I mentioned in there was, and I'll say to you this, was I love history. I like learning about history, and there was a great show on the History Channel, and people were bashing the History Channel. See, everyone's going to bash. Why are you going to bash everything? Why don't you just be appreciative that you even have a TV, that you can even watch the show that you want, that you live wherever you do in the world, that you have the ability to just to go and do the things that you can do, instead of, just these people who just gotta just bash everything. How are you changing and making anyone's life any better? You're not. You're part of the problem. So why not be part of the solution? And so for me, just to bring up about the History Channel, which I personally think is, granted, I will say, they don't have as much history stuff. There's a lot of reality TV stuff on there now. But besides that stuff, I'm not going to bash the channel. I watched some very informative programs on that show. And one of them I watched was The History of Mankind. And it was a series, and it was like a 10-part series, and it was fascinating. And I would encourage you, for anything, just to have a different view on everything and look. And my point was, look what mankind, race, religion, color, does not matter. I don't give a rat's ass what color you are. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care nothing. And don't say it's okay for you because you're a white man. It's not okay for me just because I'm a white man, where people commented on that. I happen to be Jewish. And you want to talk about persecution? Look no further than the history of the Jewish race and what we've gone through and endured. So I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear that argument because it doesn't convey. But the reality is, what have mankind, humans, we all have the same color blood. What have we endured and gone through? Then the persecution of white people, Christians, Jews, black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, you name it, we've all gone through it. And just to witness and see the history of mankind, what we've gone through, how germ warfare started. Do you guys know that Genghis Khan would take just rotting bodies of people they killed and launch them into the castles and launch them into their villages, and they were so rotten that people didn't even want to touch them, and it spread all the germs, and that was the first germ warfare? I learned that on how the history of mankind. So you just the things you can find in the plagues, the Black Plague and all these things, and how we endured. And we made it through and we survived. And know every president and everyone we've gone through, you know what ability we've all still had? We still can go to the grocery store and buy some food. We still can go and flush our toilets and have flushable toilets. We still can go to the park and play. You know, there's some countries that are facing some horrible crisis and some horrible war, and there's horrible things happening. But again, I just encourage you to look at what we've gone through and know that we've endured. And I think with the people who have the bad attitudes and are just rotten and have no hope and think of it so close-minded that, nope, that's it, nothing's going to change, nothing's going to happen. Well, you're right, nothing will happen in your world. Nothing's going to change. So I encourage you and anyone else you know, educate yourself, just stay positive, live, give, share. Be a part of everything, you know, just embrace acceptance. Don't think about just don't try to control any outcome of any situation, the relationships you get in, the jobs you have, the friends you have. I don't care. That's the reality. That's my reality. You can share in my philosophy or not, but I get on here and I say what I feel because this is my show, damn it. This is my YouTube channel. This is my Monday Morning Art Talk. So you can have and say whatever you feel, and I respect that. And I respect you for having your own opinion. And I respect you for how you feel on any side. Again, I don't care who you're for. I respect you. I love you, I care for you, and especially my friends who I'm seeing. I'm not even looking at Facebook. I put it up. I determined that was part of my conscious control was this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm not even touching social media. I am not even going on there or to look at anyone's posts. I personally just going to post about my drawing event coming up, you know. But I'm not looking into the feeds of what I say hate, anger. I don't need that. Why do you want that in your life? You want to look at that? You want to get the anxiety? And I realized just even watching this election that my wife even told me that I was getting very, a little bit out of control. Were you? Were you starting to change your ways? Was it getting to you? It's almost when I used to watch Breaking Bad, there was almost just this angst, like, oh my God, there's this anger. And from watching Breaking Bad, it was weird. And once that show was over, I feel like I calmed down a bit. But that's with the election. I feel like, it's just like I was going through that. But now I've made the choice. I'm done. It is what it is. The people have spoken, regardless of your decision, regardless of your choice. It wasn't out of your control. It is what it is. Believe what you believe. Embrace. Move on. Think about the good you can do in this life and share. All right, that's it. Have a good one. I hope this wasn't too political for you, but it's how I feel and what I think, and just peace and love all around. And that's it. That's all we're trying to do right now, okay? I don't want to hear any comments on there that, the guy who the president-elect isn't peace and love. I don't want to hear your opinion anyway, and I'm not giving my opinion. It's just like, don't put hatred in my comment section. I'll delete it. I don't want to see it. I'll ban you. I don't want to see it, and I don't want anyone else to see it. So please reserve your opinions, for yourself. If you have something kind-hearted to say, or it's just something that is going to help other people, that's going to give to someone else, please, by all means, share. But I do not want to see any hate. No hate on my site, please. Thank you. Have a good one. I wish you guys all the best. Make it a great week. Take care. Hello, this is Steven, and I just wanted to tell you about this cool thing that I'm doing right now through my website at silvertunes.com. It's a Skype mentorship. In a sense, what I want to do is just talk to you, meet you, tell me about things that are happening in your life, see if there's anything that I could do to help you. I can look over your artwork, do your portfolio, and just maybe try to push you in the right direction that you want to take your life and your journey, all right? So you can go to silvertunes.com, go to classes, click on mentorship, and you can learn all about it. We can try to arrange a time, set up a date. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. And I just wanted to make it just very affordable, just to open it up, because I love doing this. I love meeting people from all over the planet. It's a really cool thing. And with this technology, why not? So that's it. Thanks. Whoa. Hey. Go back. Go back.
Go back.
Great. Go back. Go back. Ha ha ha.